Greetings, everyone. Today we're going to explore solving equations, but now we're going to add in the steps of having variables on both sides. We do have a note sheet for this. If you do not have it, you can print it off Google Classroom or write in your own notebook. Now, most of these steps should look familiar to you. We're going to start off by eliminating parentheses by distribution. So we've already worked on that. If you need more help with that, make sure you check out my previous video. We've also previously added the step of combining like terms. Now this is going to be our new step that we're adding today. We are going to add or subtract a variable term. We're going to essentially move the variable to the other side. That's our goal. That's our new step, okay? And then once we've done that, we're going to be at the point of just 2 steps remaining. So we're going back to undoing any addition or subtraction, and then undoing any multiplication or division. And as you know, we tend to divide the most in the end, right? Now, a little trick to help you remember, don't call me after midnight. Each beginning letter reminds me the order in which I need to perform my operations. So don't, D stands for distribute. Call, C stands for combine. Me stands for move. We're moving a variable. Maybe I should add that word in there. Move a variable. A is for add and subtract. M is for multiply, divide. So don't call me after midnight would be a way that you could remember your steps and jot them down. All right, we have 4 examples in our notes sheet that we're going to take a look at today. As always, draw a line down the equal sign, and I'm going to go through my steps. Now, first of all, there's no parentheses and no distributing. There's nothing I can combine on the left, and there's nothing I can combine on the right. So sometimes you get to skip steps. But now we are going to work on moving a variable to the other side. So if I take a look, I could do the opposite. I could add 4x over to the x, or I could add 1x over to the other x. I'm going to add 4x just because it was the first one I saw. Here's where it's a pick your own adventure. You decide which variable you're going to undo. So I'm going to add 4x. Now, here's where organization is key. I have to put it under the other x because those are the ones that I can combine. So the 13 falls down. These are opposites, so as always, they go away. The equals falls down, the 1 falls down. And then if I look, negative 1x plus 4x is positive 3x. All right, next step is to add or subtract. Undo any addition or subtraction. Well, I can't move the 13 because it's already a loner. So I'm going to take care of that 1. Instead of a positive 1, we're going to minus 1. The opposites go away. 13 minus 1 gets me to a nice clean 12. I'm going to kick it over a little bit. And the 3x falls down because we didn't use it. And my last step, as always, is to undo any multiplication or division. Instead of times 3, we're going to divide 3. Opposites go away, my x falls down, and 12 divided by 3 is a nice clean 4. So this was a 3-step problem, but I had to understand how to add or subtract a variable. Let's try another one. I'm going to list my steps. Don't call me after midnight. All right. There is no distribution. Combine. I can't. Ooh, I can. I've got a combining step here. Let's look at that left side. I have 1n minus 3n. They're together on the same side, so let's take care of that. Those would combine to get me a negative 2n. Everything else falls down. Our new step is to move a variable. So let's see. If I add 2n to the other side, everything would disappear on that side. That's not good. So I'm specifically need to move the 4n. Instead of subtract 4n, I'm going to add 4n. See how they're like terms, how I lined them up? The opposites go away. Okay. Negative 2n plus 4n is positive 2n. The equals falls down and the 14 falls down. Add and subtract. There is nothing being added or subtracted, so I get to skip that step. And then undo any multiplication or division. Yes, instead of 2 times n, because I'm trying to get n by itself, I'm going to divide by 2. The opposites go away. The n falls down, and a nice clean division. Let's try another one. Notice there's more going on here. If you're writing this in your own notebook, take some time to jot it down and pause. I'm going to go through my letters. Don't call me after midnight. D stands for distribute. Well, no parentheses. C stands for combine. All right, look at that left side. There's a lot going on there. I can combine these two pieces. If I'm in the whole 7 and I'm in the whole 3, now I'm in the whole 10 x's. Everything else falls down because we didn't use it yet. The next step is move. There's our new step today. Move. I need to move a variable. I got to move an x. So I have two options. This is a choose your own adventure. You get to decide if you want to add 10x or add 8x. It really doesn't matter. I see the 10 first, so I'm just going to move it first. Instead of subtract, we do the opposite. We undo it. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Look how I lined them up. The x's go together, so these are opposites. The 2 falls down. On the right side, a negative 8 plus 10 is a positive 2x. And then the minus 8 falls down. Okay, so positive 2x is what happened when we combined. Next, we want to undo any addition or subtraction. Well, I can't move the 2 on the left. It's already a loner. So instead of subtract 8, let's add 8. Notice I only do the opposite when I kick it to the other side. So opposites go away. 2 plus 8 gets me to a nice clean 10. And that 2x, we didn't use it, so it falls down. My last step is undo any multiplication or division. Instead of 2 times x, we're going to divide both sides by 2. Opposites go away. The x falls down, the equals falls down, and I have a nice clean division. All right, let's try one with all of the steps. Okay, are you ready for this? It's going to have every step in our list. So I'm going to color code to help us through. So first rule is distribution, and I have distribution. I'm distributing a 7 onto the parentheses. 7 times 5x is 35x. 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. Okay, make sure you're distributing to everything and watch your signs. Everything else falls down because we didn't use it yet. Next step is combine. Combine. If I look at that left side, it's really long. I'm going to box them. The negative 28 and the negative 1 are like terms, so they combine to create a negative 29. Everything else falls down, including that 35x we didn't use. Next is move. That's our new step today. I can either move and subtract 35x, or I can move and add 8x. I'm going to use a strategy here. To be honest, adding 8 sounds easier. So I'm going to add 8x. I'm moving the variable to the other side. So these are opposites. They cancel. 35 plus 8 is 43x. Everything else falls down. Next, I'm going to undo any addition or subtraction. Well, the only thing I can add or subtract that's a regular old number is instead of subtract 29, let's add 29. I'm drawing these horizontal lines just to help myself stay organized. So opposites cancel. 14 plus 29, let's see, 43 would be that. And on the left side, that 43x falls down. Look at that, how nice. They're not always going to be that nice, but it's kind of handy when they are. My last step is undo any multiplication or division. Instead of times 43, we're going to divide by 43. Opposites go away. X falls down. And you might think, well, that goes away. Well, 43 divided by 43 is a nice clean 1. So when I say they go away when I'm dividing, it's a 1, but we don't need to write 1x. So here is the perfect example. Maybe star this one. This is the one that has every step included. That's what we're working towards. All right, we have those 4 examples in our notes. Make sure that you check Google Classroom, see what the task is at hand, see what the directions are. Let me know if you have any questions, see what our practice is, and until next time, have a good one.